Hey everybody, so we have a spell going right now for protection. We have the clear crystal quartz on the northwestern corner, the tiger's eye on the northeastern, the rose quartz on the southwestern, and the amethyst on the southwestern. So the tiger's eye is on the northeastern, or northwestern apologies. So here's for protection for the group. We'll see how this goes on my camera. I'm still focused on it, guys. I'm just kind of multitasking here. What else am I forgetting?
It should be over there on the games. No, that's not it.
He's doing that on purpose, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry, guys. I walked past it, so it kind of messed with the candle. And I put frankincense and myrrh on the candle, just so you guys know. And it's a white candle. And on the sigil it just says divine protection. And it has a symbol of a Star of David in the middle. And as that's burning, I'm going to go ahead and do the soul protection barrier. There we go. Messy, but it works. No, so it protects the barrier. It's easier. Some more. Now, in these you can usually do whatever you want for like a protection, spell, incantation, music, stones like I did. You could do water magic. There's other ways you can do it for like earth magic. I'm just choosing the best way for me to show you what I do. I know magic is happening behind the scenes with the angels. I'm laughing right now because I made the salt look like a snow barrier. But make sure you guys protect yourselves through these spells too. I just didn't show you guys my protection magic on myself. Always when you do magic, protect yourself. And as always, don't forget to breathe. Ground yourself. Shield, ward, block, barricade, whatever makes you happy.
You said you had everything. I asked you if you had everything. You said it goes.
The camera is facing west southwest. So you're facing the love and romance corner into the death / creativity corner there. It was the best angle I could get. Usually I would do a roundabout rotation, but I don't have the capabilities just yet. And it doesn't have to be store-bought candles. You can make your own candles. You can use birthday candles. You'd use candle wax melts. I haven't tried like the diffusers or anything like that, but I wouldn't think you could. I could be wrong. Usually color psychology and color symbolism helps when you're doing magics like this. Looks like it's gone down quite a little bit. Which means it's working. You can either bring it all the way down to a nub, all the way down and all the way, or you can just blow it out whenever you feel comfortable. I tend to just blow it out when it gets to the, just a little bit above my incense burner. And apologies that my camera isn't too clean. It's a really old phone with a lot of scratches. Close to about the 10-minute mark on the spell, minus the setup time. By now you should be feeling at least a little bit more ease, a little bit more clarity, maybe less of a headache, maybe less physical pain. Maybe your mind is able to make better decisions or focus even a split second longer. Maybe your attention span went up, maybe your nausea went down, maybe your appetite came back, maybe you fell asleep finally, maybe you feel more rested, maybe you feel more alert. Whatever the case may be that makes you feel more powerful and more protected should be happening between now and the 20-minute mark. If you've already felt this way, then I'm glad that it's happening a lot faster for you. And some people it does take longer than others. Keep in mind this is a collective spell, so everybody in every subscription class is getting it, whether you're on my YouTube, my TikTok, or my Facebook. If you feel uneasy, disorganized, scatterbrained, distracted, it's the energies within you and or around you being affected by the protection. It is your call whether or not you choose to stay with the protection ritual at this point, or if you choose to stay unprotected and allow them to bug you with that. There are other ways other than protection to help you with those kinds of problems. However, protection is usually the best step for any basic needs or any basic rituals, including like in day-to-day life and day-to-day living. See if I can turn this a different angle, see if we can get a better angle for you guys. Nope. We tried. That's the best I can do. So I got more of it for you to view. Now it's facing more towards the southwest corner. Doesn't change it at all, it's just a different angle. If you're feeling dehydrated, it's because you're unprotected. I want to go get some water or something to drink at this point if that's how you feel. Because some of these spells do end up getting people dehydrated. Or is that something you forgot to? Because you shouldn't be doing what you're doing now if you don't have the cap. So you have the cap? Now you see why I asked you earlier before I started my spell work that, are you sure we got everything? Is that all we need? You said yes, correct? Guess you were wrong. So next time again, for a third time, make sure you got it. This is the third time you're now over there fixing your mess. Well, technically second time you're over there fixing your mess. Now, do you have everything? Or are you going to forget something again? By the way, guys, this is just playful banter. This has nothing to do with the spell. Just messing with my roommate since we're trying to be quiet off camera. So I'm just sassing him. Because I'm protected anyway. I got the spell going for me. By the way, guys, if you want to offer any blessings or offerings or anything during your rituals, some protective guides do spiritual offerings where you could just imagine giving them something. Some of them do physical offerings. Some of them like spells and poetry as offerings. Some like certain stones. Some will help you with the ritual. It all depends on who you go to. Michael is very good at this. Osiris is very good at this. Odin is very good at this. Snowbird is really good at this. Coyote is decent with this. I mean, ones that I've worked with, because I'm not very good at naming ones that I do not work with. Lucifer, in good terms. Same with any of the Arsgoishan, the demonics. If you choose to go that path, just be very protected when you do it. You're going to need more than a basic one like this. This is the most advanced basic I can do. This is pretty advanced for basic, but it's still basic. Protection rituals like salt, baths, frankincense and myrrh to keep away anti-tricksters or anybody that you may not want around. Which is why there's frankincense and myrrh on the candle. And a salt barrier around it. Salt helps keep out apparitions and or some jinns and demons. Keep in mind, some people and fae can still get through, depending on your strength of your barriers and whether or not their intents are pure or not. It all depends on how you manifest and how you best do everything. It's all a matter of perspective at this point. At least that's how I feel. Flame looks still pretty strong. It's got a good 30-ish, 35 minutes on it. I'll show you guys the whole process, just to make sure that you see what's going on. Minus the prep, because I didn't want to show you guys the prep time, because that took me a minute to figure out. Ringing in the ears, buzzing in the ears, vertigo might be signs of ascension as well. Keep in mind of all the physical elements and check with your doctors before assuming it's spiritual. Because you don't want to just assume it's a spiritual attack, spiritual ascension. If it could be something wrong with you or be some sort of physical health ailment that might need some attention seeking. If you get any symptoms like this, it's best to consult a doctor or a physician because these protection spells can give you warnings and interfere with your life in ways that will help protect you. So they might catch something if you were to go to the hospital. They may not have caught before the protection was on. It's not always the case, but it has been known to happen. It's very rare. So like, don't take this to gospel to where you're going to assume that this spell is going to cure your health. That is not what this spell is doing. This spell is for protection. I do health spells, but I only do it certain ways. Basic is not going to solve a health problem. It might help alleviate a headache for a little bit, but that's about it. Like basic first aid. Like something an aspirin would be able to do. Stretch yourself out. Make sure that you stretch in the mornings. Make sure you don't stretch yourself too thin with experiences and projects and work and life and food and budget and all that other fun. Work on your nervousness, like you're picking at yourself, you're biting at yourself, you're twisting your narratives, your lies, your compulsive habits. I just heard somebody say, get a new roommate. This is for the protection spell. Get a new roommate. Getting a new roommate or having a new housing situation might help. Seek assistance elsewhere. Yeah, I know, I put my soul circle pretty wide to where you can see it now. You don't have to put it as thick as I did. I just got lazy. There were big holes on the salt that I had, so I did with what I could. You guys are doing great. You're almost at 30 minutes. Got about 5 more minutes to 30-minute mark. Thank you so much for joining this log. Remember, guys, this spell work is with consent only, so if you do not consent, it will not go through. Make sure you are consenting with your unconscious as well as your subconscious, as well as your highest self. Your lowest self has a chance to chime in as well, but you still get the final say regardless. Remember that you cannot take away your free will. If you feel like your free will is imposed, hit me up, comment below, and we'll work something out. This is not a cure-all. It's not a treatment. It's simply a baseline for protection. So what basics get you? You want full-blown protection, we can talk and do so through comments or messages. And I will be consulting with your highest self as well as your guides to make sure that they feel like this is also in your best interest. I will deliver that message to you, yay, nay, or However, you still get a final say regardless. As I said, free will. Bugs playing with the flame. You guys are making it fun to read the flame with you doing that. Hasn't been much to report, but when there is, it's just a bug fucking with it. Phew. 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 So 2s, 1s, 12s, and 21s, 22s, and 11s are confirmation of the protection spell working. And it could also be confirmation of anything I've said throughout this video. I just got the time from 31 days to 6 weeks. So it's the 29th today. So 31 days from the 29th of November. Count it out yourself. I do not want to count it out for you. All the way to 6 weeks. So it looks like through the rest of them. All the way up to Christmas almost. You may not get to pick and choose everything in your life, but you do get to pick and choose how you respond to things. That was another message. I'm getting told don't forget to get that number from that cute guy you've been checking out. You're highly protected. What's the worst that's going to happen? I mean that sarcastically. But they truly want you to go for it and take a chance. And asking for their number seems to be multifaceted and mean different things to different people. Looks like I get to fix the angle again. Let's see what I can do. There we go. There's the rest of it. Switch my chair this way so I can watch my camera. Definitely gonna be facing the southwest corner now, which means you're right across from the clear quartz and the rose quartz. The song by ABBA of Take a Chance on Me keeps popping up. Fun fact, they're from Sweden, so Swedish backgrounds, Swedish ancestors, Swedish gods and deities and angels and ancestors and animals and anthropomorphic beings and ancestors and Anunnaki and awakened spirits and all that might be reaching you. Sorry, my message got a slight interruption. Really focus on what you want, like your desires, your wants, your hopes, and your dreams. The ones that are both self-serving and serve the collective, that do not infringe upon others' free will. You still have it benefit you more than others, but don't infringe upon others' free will to do it. And don't infringe upon yours and act like you don't have any. Unless, of course, you don't, which would be a very rare case. Or would mean you're not human or anything of nature in this form of reality. We'll put it that way. because the wording matters right there. And I don't have any lights on other than the flame, so what you're seeing is a really shitty camera. There's some roommates out there that are acting like they're really trying, but they're not. And they're like breadcrumbing you to believe that they are changing. So like they'll change just enough to get you to believe them, and then they'll pull back. Just be wary of those people. Be warned that that habit may continue and may not change for the next 5 to 6 weeks. Unless something major happens in your favor that shifts them in the correct or proper or your direction. Like someone that draws towards you, law of attraction, come to me spells, return to sender spells, return to loved ones, rekindlings, soul refragmentations, meaning like integration, unions, both in soul and in spirit, spiritual connections and bonds might be strengthening. You might be hearing your angels or communicating with guides a little clearer now. You might be able to hear them better or see them better, feel them better. Or you might get a taste in your mouth or a smell in your nose, or like just have a certain knowing that somebody's around. That may be your protector, guide, or spirit checking in on you. It might also be your own form of protector spirit or your own protection. Looking at your fears and your phobias and anxieties around like insects and bugs and arachnids and heights and airplanes and helicopters and air balloons. And bridges. They're all irrational in the sense that it is a physiological disadvantage to you when you go into survival mode, but it's irrational to allow it to manifest and to take control over your free will. So basically just overcome your own sense and trick your body into moving and doing what you want. Opposition therapy. So like if you want to just sit down all day, get yourself to do something like take a walk or walk around town or take a bike ride or take a shower or do a chore or something. Like do something productive to help you with your way and help you manifest your desires and help you gain a better sense of self at this point. You're growing in your authenticity, you're becoming more pure, you're being able to regain a sense of innocence that you may have lost. You may have lost some sense of virginity that you may never get back, but that doesn't mean that you are any less valuable. So taking into consideration that nobody can hinder your progress and nobody can make you feel inferior without you allowing them to do so. Because the only one that it can affect at the end of the day when you think about it is you. Unless you allow others into your head and allow others into your thought process. Which this should protect you from if it is something you are willing to be protected against. It's basically protecting you against anything you feel is a threat. It could even be protecting you from your loved ones if that's what it takes. If you're concerned whether or not this is for you, we can check in on it. Just comment below and we'll figure something out. The word peace sticks out. Tranquility, serenity, serene environments, tranquil feelings, and peaceful surroundings emanate around the energy field right now. For a vast majority of the people in this video at this point. If you've lasted this long, thank you again for joining. I feel like somebody might be feeling like altitude sickness at this point. So watching your vertigo symptoms, watching your side effects of any pills that might cause any of those effects, whether you're operating heavy machinery or you're going into deep space or into deep sea or into deep pressures or losing a lot of altitude like climbing mountains or deep sea diving or going into extremely cold climates like Antarctica. Just make sure that you prepare yourself physically as well Cryogenics sticks out. Military backgrounds stick out for protection. For needing protection and for being protection. Feels like almost overbearing helicopter status, but it's there. Might be delaying progress, having so many people protecting. Might need to limit it down to like 3 to 5 people at a time. Hopefully per day, so you don't wear out your spirit team, but like no more than 3 to 5 at a time. So you don't overwhelm everybody. You don't overwhelm yourself. Because you're close to like spiritual burnout and spiritual exhaustion at that point. Which is why you need so much protection right now. For some of us. Cream, the band, and the color stick out. And the food. Those have different meanings to different people that will end up commenting below if it resonates to them and they need my help. Otherwise, I'm told that it doesn't matter to many people and not to force it to mean something. If it doesn't mean anything to you, it's not for you. Disassociation and PTSD might stem from past events that you hold on to that you may not realize you're holding on to. Maybe from past lives, from past experiences, from childhood memories that you may not have anymore. Just make sure that you're doing your shadow work, make sure that you're doing your inner work, make sure that you're doing your basics. Meditation, nationwide appreciation would help. Like being proud of the nation you come from, not necessarily like the leader, not necessarily like the people that are in it, but like taking all of that along with like the culture and the heritage and the food and the society and the education status, like politics and religion aside, putting everything in the barrel and seeing everything as it is in reality rather than protecting yourself with like nostalgia barriers and such too. Like some of us are protecting ourselves with nostalgia barriers and filters, so it's best to just start to detach from that, start to learn to let go and let loose on that. going back to the basics, going back home, going back to the domain, going back to square one. Thinking back to like early childhood and childhood homes and dreams about like your childhood home or childhood memories. You might have dreams about your childhood school grounds or somewhere you may have been in childhood. Anywhere from like 0 to like 8 years old. So like second grade, maybe beginning of third grade. Something in that area needs to be brought to light so it can be exposed and healed. So you can protect yourself from yourself, because that memory or that experience at this point, being dragged around as it is hurting you. So it's time to let that go and let loose and let live. Let it be. Let It Be by the Beatles sticks out. Mother Mary sticks out. Zadkiel sticks out. Uriel sticks out. Ascended Masters stick out. Like high elder, shamanic deities, high ritualistic figures, like those that might like exhibit like close practices like African Americans or Indigenous First Nation or Indians, or some Australian practices, or even some Icelandic or Nordic practices. Something like closed practice, or like close to being closed practice, or like skimming the lines and loopholes regarding closed practices. Seem to be popping up right now. The busyness and the distraction is just to keep you from what you want. It's to keep you stagnant and static. Keep you away from what you want, and keep you away from what you need, and keep you away from what you've been driving yourself to, or been driven to. Madness and hysteria might be taking effect, like lucid dreaming, insomnia, mania effects. Like, this isn't due to my candle, but this is, or a protection spell, but this can protect you from that, or from it getting worse. It should, considering there's a lot of stress going around that can cause that, especially during the holidays, like nervous laughter, or lack of sleep, or lack of appetite, or overeating, or oversleeping, or faking like a smile when you don't have one, or saying that you're fine when you're not. Basically like that kind of gaslighting yourself. Protect yourself from that as well. Even if it means taking yourself out of a child's picture, or a parent's picture, or a family member's picture. Not necessarily like off the ofrenda, but like temporarily relieve yourself from a little bit of it. Ali Brihes stick out, so animal guides, anthropomorphic beings and spirits to help protect you. Learn to summon them, learn to evoke them. Learn which ones to call upon when you need certain types of protection. Because some are for general protection, some are for protection of your money, some are protection of your body, some are protection of your assets and your personal belongings, some are protection of your friends, Some are protection for family. Some are protection for you and your dreams. Some of you are protection for when you're sleeping, for outside of yourself when you're dreaming. So you're not like spiritually attacked or anything like that. There's just a lot of different spheres of influence surrounding protection in itself. Which again, this is a basic spell, so this is like generalized. But I can do pinpoint magic. It's a lot easier to do precision making. Shouldn't be too much longer, guys. It looks like maybe like 20 more minutes, if that. You're at the hour mark right now. So far, so good. Keep in mind, guys, I'm not loading this video until about the 30th of December. But the dates I give, if I say like 5-6 weeks from now, or from the 29th of November, not the 30th of November. I said December because apparently the 30th of December is also very important. Towards the end of Capricorn season, 6-0. So like mid-January. I think like the 19th of January-ish. For the 18th. Between the 17th and the 20th of January. 21st latest. Someone's coming back full circle. or someone might be coming back from your past. Might be like a past life, or a past experience, or a past relationship, or a past friendship that might be trying to rekindle. This is up to you on whether or not you feel protected enough to take that back, or feel the call to protect yourself from it. Because sometimes you need to protect yourself from your own heart or your own minds. Sometimes you need to protect your body from like spiritual attacks. So again, it's all dependent on perception and intuitive feelings. Take some time to wind down. So take some time to cool off. Enjoy the windy weather. Enjoy the wind on your face and the breeze coming in. Enjoy the end of the fall season. Because like it or not, we're still in fall for another couple weeks. It's going to bring in the cold weather though, so just be aware of that. Protect yourself from the heat wave that might be coming. This could be like emotional or spiritual. It may not be a physical heat wave. It might not be literal. It might be like symbolic, more significant. Or bring about memories or feelings. That's just my heater. It likes to let you know it's here. See? It's not done yet. like witches' bells, amulets, talismans for protection can help. Bells might be important, like twin bells, wedding bells, Christmas bells, holiday bells. Holly King sticks out. Was a good, trait and no bad trait. Because there's two sides to him. So, discernment, practice. Getting some cognitive dissonance would help too. And what is specific to specific people. So comment below if you feel called to that comment. Again, do not force it. Sorry that these sound pretty generic and vague. It's the fun with doing collective reads. Is the fun of trying to hit something nail on the head specific. It can be done, it's just hard to do. Apologies for the landlord's dogs, I have no control over them. Guard dogs, CSAs, service dogs, PTSD, trained dogs, dogs for seizures and blind people. Dogs as pets to help you calm down and for therapy. Without using them as coping skills and coping mechanisms, because they're not just there for your entertainment, they're living beings too. So we got about maybe 15 more minutes. Yep, about 15 more minutes. And then this should be done. Digestive tract problems and anxiety-ridden attacks might peak over the next 2 to 3 days, especially between like 2 in the morning and 3 p.m. Just be aware of your triggers. Even though feelings that you thought you had gotten rid of and thought you had been over. Especially those that have been trying to seek out revenge without knowing about it. The without knowing about it sticks out. If you've been seeking revenge and you know that you've been seeking revenge, that didn't apply to you. It's those that seek revenge without knowing they're seeking revenge that it applies to. That's very important. The dead fish is in the ditch. That was not specified, but that was very specific. Don't forget you're matter, you're important, you're loved. Keep going. Don't give up. Live life to its fullest. No matter what that means to you. Don't let other people define that for you. Because that's where some of you are going wrong, is letting others define things for you. Like, it's okay to get confirmation, it's okay to seek external validation. But, like, if you've already been told this several times, you already know the answer. So why are you wasting your time when you could be focused on something more productive? Like that dream that you've been wanting and hunting for the past 13 years. Or 1 to 3 years. The last 13 days. Or since even the 13th of November even. December 13th and January 13th stick out. So does February 14th. And March 14th. Well, no. February 13th and March 14th stick out. I mean, if Valentine's sticks out for you, it sticks out. There could be a reason I said that. Separation anxiety and illusion magic. Separation as an illusion. Playing around with like rhetorics and what ifs and like choose your own adventure books and such like that can help. Running away to nostalgia barriers like books that you've read in childhood can be very beneficial once in a while to give you like a new fresh perspective on it once you read it in adult life. Like for instance, I've been doing that for my book reviews that I've been doing recently. I'm taking old books I've been reading from like middle school and high school and rereading them. Found them I still like them, but for different reasons. And I don't like others for the reasons, same reasons I liked them before. So, different perspective, different viewpoint. Same concept. Like science. One constant variable is you. Why oh you? I feel antsy. But we're almost done. Cutting cords, banishment rituals, exorcisms can help. Like, I'm not talking like the movies and the fabrications, exorcisms, but like ending old habits, ending old behaviors, stopping codependencies, lowering on addictions, finding moderation in habits and behaviors and feelings that you have, finding healthy outlets to navigate like rage and envy and jealousy and greed and gluttony and avarice and wrath and sloth and whatever else I might be forgetting at this point. Invisibility sticks out. Knowing what that means to you. Word magic, word decoding. Dividing people on a binary due to like dichotomized thinking. And falsehoods can be protected from. Like you can protect yourself from people like that. Like block them on Facebook, block them on TikTok. Even engage in constructive ways unless they choose not to. Then use the paradox of tolerance, the tolerance paradox. Because unconditional protection doesn't mean unconditional tolerance of everything. So just choose how to protect yourself the best way for you. Even if it means having a little help doing it along the way. Like again, guides, spellcasters, yourself, people you trust to do it for you, even if they're younger than you, even if they're less experienced than you, even if they're naive or eccentric or they do it differently than you've been taught traditionally, even if they're self-taught, even if you're self-taught, do something new, try something different, try something out that you've been neglecting, avoiding things is slowly coming to an end. Avoidant attachment styles and confrontational approaches are something to be protected. Like, protect yourself from them. Like, don't protect people that do that, unless that's your morals, to protect people that do that. In which case you have your own rights to do so. That would be a conflict of moral interest on my behalf. However, the spell for protection is generalized, so it may or may not work for that. Looks like we got maybe like 5 to 7 more minutes, guys. Things should be starting to calm down now. We're starting to feel the effects a little more firm. If it hasn't taken yet, it may not. Or it may surprise you at the end and just whap you at the very end. Sometimes me deactivating the spell tends to smack people in the face. We should be able to breathe a little easier now, or a little bit deeper. Those with asthma or allergies may still be having troubles, especially through like the holidays. Especially for those of us with allergies to like cats or dogs or birds or some things that are year-round allergies. Like coniferous plants. Those things never stop pollinating. Depending on where you live. Areas full of cats. That's always fun. So taking care of your physical health, taking care of your allergies and your asthma, and your respiratory issues, and your circulatory system, and your digestive tract, and your urinary tract, and your rectal tract, and checking your prostate when you're supposed to, and making sure that you're doing what you need to keep yourself healthy, and take your diet into consideration, and make sure that you do everything that you're supposed to, even when you feel like you're not supposed to do it. Unless, of course, your gut tells you not to, or you know for sure you're not supposed to do it. I'm not telling you to disobey a doctor's orders, but if it comes down to it and you feel like you don't want to do it, you can always tell the doctor no or refuse it. AMA is a form of protection, but don't go to the hospital if you're going to. Know that you're going to AMA the paperwork anyway, which is basically going against medical authorization, going against authority, going against the higher-ups, going against the majority. Those people are going to be protected, those people that are advocating against the majority. So people advocating for women's rights, for trans rights, for black people's rights, for indigenous people's rights, for non-Christian rights, for non-white, cisgender, heterosexual male rights, basically. So anything that is not the majority, fight for that. And that's what this protection is going to help protect. That's all I can give you guys, though, for tonight, because my energy's low. So that's what I'm going to have for tonight. And this is what the spell looks like for the night. Thank you so much for joining.